Okay, so it's the next day, and I've kind of been dinking, getting the gravel leveled out, getting it to the level that I want, and kind of got the forms up. I've got to screw it all together and get it together. I'm not the guy you want to learn how to pour concrete and do all that. It's just boring stuff. It's probably the most boring yet most labor-intensive part of this whole build. But I'm just going to get this done, and I will meet you when I am through. Well, it has been a couple of days. I did the concrete, and then it went from 85 degrees to a high of like 51 for the last couple of days, and raining. They didn't even predict the rain. Like, it rained for 16 hours straight. I'm glad I got the concrete, or it got solid before the rain came in. So it's been a couple of days. I'm just now walking out here, and this is the pad. Now, I ran into some problems. If you see on the right hand side here of my form board, that's how big the slab was supposed to be. I brought 10 bags of concrete, and it only did a 4x4 area. So my smokestack, or my pipe there, is not in the center, which isn't a big deal. It's just kind of irritating, and my structure isn't going to be as big. Now I guess I could add some more concrete and make it bigger, but I had questioned if it was too big in the first place. See, here's a mock-up of it, and just to see, I mean, there's plenty of room to hang some deer hams or whatever, quite a few of them in there. There's going to be plenty of room. So I've got enough cinder blocks and a few extras that hopefully I'm going to learn how to cut in half to fill in the gaps. I've got a 3-foot door already made up that I'm going to use. So today is masonry day. I said masonry day. Is it block laying day? Whatever it's called, I don't know the proper terms. I've never done this before. Now, there are 3 things that I hate. That's asphalt, shingles, carpet, and concrete. Those are the 3 that I usually just hire out, because I hate doing that stuff. But this was such a small one, and as you can tell, I still don't know what I'm doing because I couldn't even get the correct number of bags. But the next thing is masonry, laying these cinder blocks and doing that. I've never done this before, so you know, I'm sure there's going to be a whole lot of critics. Hopefully they're constructive critics and not. Anyway, we are going to start this project, and you can follow along and watch me learn right along. Maybe you're learning too. Let's do this.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it.
Okay, so as you can see, I've got the masonry done. It's not pretty, but it doesn't have to be. It's a smokehouse. So I've taken that the rough cut white oak, and I think there's some red oak in there that I sawmilled up about 3 years ago. I planed it down, or halfway planed it down. You can see it's not, you know, it's all it has to do is be equal or better quality than you get from Lowe's. All right, so the lumber doesn't have to be that good. It just has to serve its function. Back here, I've got this was not the original design. This gap here. This was I ran out of these top blocks, so I had a couple of these smaller blocks, and now I decided maybe I'll just use it as an opportunity to have another vent. So that's all I'm doing. We'll see. I mean, worst case, I have to plug it up. But so that's where we're at now. I'm about to attach. I've already started drilling holes up here where I'm going to attach my concrete anchors, and then that's what we're going to do. Okay. Okay, so we've got that finishes these rafters. I've got all them secured. They're ready to go. Once again, I did the Shao-Sugi band, not sure how to pronounce it, on these just as a way to preserve them. And now I've got my lath boards that are going to go on top, the 1x4s to give me something to screw the metal to for the roof. I will also be burning them. Just at this point, it's just kind of for appearance sake. Anyway, so that's where we're at. I've got all this ready to go, and we are closing in on everything. About to get the roof on, and then I will be hopefully have enough 1x4s and 1x whatevers of white oak to do the wood siding. Anyway, let's keep moving. That grunting, that's our pigs. It's almost feeding time. They get a little crazy, so you may hear them. Also, you hear all that popping. Sounds like gunshots in the background every once in a while. That's when the wind really blows. We have everything we have has metal roofing on it, and almost everything we own is, you hear that? Everything we own is sitting next to a big oak tree, mainly white oaks, and you know they put off the big acorns. So they fall on our metal carports or whatever, and boy, they make a sound. That's what that is. Okay, so I've got all this white oak that I'm going to put on the side of the smokehouse, and it's kind of weathered and gray. What I think I'm going to do, because the more that I burn this wood, the more I like it as far as the smokehouse is concerned. So I think I'm just going to lightly burn the outside of all this white oak, kind of give it that look like this smokehouse has been in operation for years. But I think it's going to look pretty cool. I've already started burning a little bit, and I think the outcome is going to be really nice. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to take a little time, but I went ahead and bought a weed burner. My old weed burner broke. The hose broke on it, and the whole thing is pretty much rendered useless unless you've got the tool to put crimps on there. So went and bought another one, and hopefully make this process a little faster. Okay, so I really like the look of this. It brings out the saw marks, you know, from my sawmill, the bandsaw blade. It brings those marks out. I think this is going to look really good. So now all I've got to do is fit them to the sides, make sure that I cover the top there, and we're just going to cut them and attach them. Simple as that. And boom, just like that, through the magic of editing, the smokehouse has walls up on it. And a door. How fantastic, right? Well, okay, so I apologize. I haven't been real good about recording this whole process because I've been working on it for like 20 minutes at a time, and then I'd run and go do something else. I'm digging up some stumps over here. Anyway, so we have a door here. I had a door on hand, and it kind of fits. So I cut it down to the best I could, and here we have it. So now I have the boards up all the way around, the door on. I just have to put on the batten, and then I think it'll be, yeah, it'll be time for a test run. We're gonna probably start a fire and see how much she leaks. Would you look at that? Look at the smoke rolling behind me. I went ahead and set a fire. I really wanted to see, I was chomping at the bit, see where all it was going to vent out at. With the board and batten, if it was tight enough, etc., etc. And I couldn't be happier. Now I've got a really hot fire. Are y'all staring at the sun? I've got a really hot fire going down in the barrel right now. Because for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted it a lot smokier than it would normally be, probably for a cold smoke. But also, whatever's in that barrel, I want to burn out. Any kind of paints or anything that may have been in that barrel, I want to go ahead and burn out before I put any kind of meat or food in there. So there we have it. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit for you. You can see it is venting out the top like I had hoped. Really beautiful. This just makes me so happy. I still have to work on a door latching thing other than a shovel, but sorry if the sun is bad, y'all. So on the back side, you see I did all the board and batten, and on the back side I decided not to do the batten, and as you can see, it's actually not an issue. I'm not getting hardly any smoke coming out of the cracks. It is just coming out up top like I had hoped it would. So, you know, I was a little worried throughout this whole process. You know, I build this whole big old thing, and then I've got 10 feet of pipe and my barrel here. And I was really worried that the smoke, I wasn't going to get a good enough draft to make all this work. But now that I have, I can go ahead and backfill all this and feel comfortable that my creation is working. And so this whole design was almost completely out of necessity. I didn't draw this up. I just pretty much grabbed what I had on hand. It's where the cinder blocks came in. All right, that cinder block is sticking out because, like I said before, I will have another barrel out here for a hot smoke operation in there as well. I've just got that cinder block sitting in there to block the hole while this is working. So anyway, white oak, everything, that's the very last of all my lumber that I had on hand. All my 2x white oak and red oaks and all that, everything has pretty much gone into this project. All my cinder blocks except for a couple have been used. So really the design was mainly out of necessity. But as you can see, it is working really well. I mean, we are just rolling some smoke, and typically for a cold smoke operation, I wouldn't be doing this, but right now it looks really cool. But I really wanted to see all the little gaps that smoke may or may not be going through, and see if I have to fix anything, and I'm perfectly happy with it. So I'm gonna leave this video as is, y'all. Maybe I'll do a continuation video when I do a hot smoke barrel. We'll see. But for right now, you know, I always thought that once I had a smokehouse, I was going to be a real homesteader. You know, that was kind of my thing. And now I have it, and I don't know that I feel any more homesteady. But I definitely am happy with the results and very glad to have this. Cheese and deer are probably the first things that are going in there. And then after that will probably be the piggies. They're just right on the other side here. Whoo, I'm getting smoked out. I can't hardly breathe. Anyway, y'all, this is Mike with Square One Farms, and I am just going to, look at that. I'm just going to leave this video as is and just enjoy the beauty of my creation. Y'all have a great day.